because some of this that we're going to talk about energetically, okay, I'll let y'all um, understand whether or not it resonates with anyone you know or not. But some energy here is not giving love, all right? And maybe another way to say it is not giving enough, okay? And really, with that coming through the channeling like that, this person maybe has taken from you in more than a few ways, all right? And maybe you knew and understood that, or know and understand that, depending on how this resonates for you in present day, real time or not. All right, from one person to the next. Now, before I get into tonight's message, you guys, to be clear, still general collective message. Some aspects of this energetically are going to be high key resonating with you and or your person, and or the situationship. Okay, and half a second later might not be so much the case. That's okay. All right, take what you came here for, if that makes sense to say. Okay. Now, on top of that, here's some icing for this cake, right? Um, this isn't going to be for everybody. And I feel like it's okay to talk about, because my goodness, why would we want to talk about heartbreak energy for everyone? Right. And really, high key, you guys, looking back in our histories, separately and apart, right? Before we even knew each other through this form of social media, right? You know what it's like to be heartbroken. You want to sign up to be the one heartbroken for this instance? I'd advise against it. Just saying. Okay, you guys. So it's okay if it doesn't resonate, but I do hope you stick around. And you know, here's the other thing. We're gonna take a look at how much time we have, in the sense of, I'm not exactly sure of how much battery power we really do have currently. Long story short, but like I said, I got on here later than I even planned for, and I just didn't want it to be all the more later. So hopefully that makes sense for the freebies. I do intend to do them, but you guys don't come for me if it ends up that we can't. I'm not being gimmicky. It's just the circumstance. All right. But I missed you guys. Hopefully you are doing well. And I just didn't want to wait any longer to come on and be with you all. All right. So love and light, you guys. We're going to get into the message and see where it takes us from there. Okay. We're going to close out. Uh, Before I forget to make mention, we're going to use both the uh, chart placements and initials deck, as well as the names, not just to see what all comes out. All right. And again, general collective, please and thank you. Only take what resonates. And guess what, you guys? Even if it doesn't resonate, right? Often you can get some useful tidbits of information, advice, and dare I say, some laughs along the way, from one session to the next when we do these live streams. All right. So all are welcome. Thank you for those that are willing to play along according to the live stream rules. Love a light country love. And thank you guys for those that truthfully are supporters of the channel. It definitely does not go unnoticed. And yeah, I'm excited to get into this. So only because it ends well, right? Like I say that and then I go, oh wait, but this one aspect of the energy. So long story short, I'm hearing to say that somebody, we've all been there, so no judgment, I promise. I wouldn't even want the karma, right? But you've been quite tear filled, or maybe you're grieving. You might much love it, like country. I won't be too, babe. Um, so we're gonna talk, because crown needs to be straightened. The strength card is coming out for you, okay, to remind you. Oh, sun card underneath, right? Ooh. I couldn't even get it out. But the message stands. Okay, in spite of current energies feeling like this because of whatever didn't happen with the "can I show this upside down" card? All right. Healing is necessary, right? And I know you're saying, oh, well, that's well and good, but I'm still in this singlehood, right? Yeah, well, where's the ready to mingle part, though, right? Maybe that is part and parcel of the healing, perhaps. Okay, not necessarily for all, depends on how you work. Okay, um, but you got to get over this hump here, babe, because this person, me personally, I might say mofo at this point, but I feel like energetically I can't really go zero to hero with that. because there are like, you know, maybe like 2 or 3 individuals. I'm hearing to say men, doesn't have to be the case, but maybe male energy, masculine energy, take the energy as it resonates here, that really just I'm hearing to say circumstantially are not available, right? Love and light, Shara. And not in the sense of like, you know, playing games, right? But maybe even in more aptly the sense of spiritual contract, like it's just not to be. Like you have this other new beginning, right? And I know, you know, you're still healing. Well, lick those wounds, babe. Yeah, lick those wounds, babe. Okay. Because here's the thing. This person already came out as a taker. All right. I know this is something because my nose wants, I want to, oh my gosh, here we go. This person's coming out as the Knight of Wands in reverse, right? So, okay, so that means like on a good day can give you things like great eye candy, great sex, perhaps, right? But as far as the emotional availability and like the stuff that like also matters, perhaps just as much, you know, depending on who I'm speaking to or for, you know, not available. Don't have it. Is not it. Not built that way. And again, that's why that 10 of Cups and the Lovers are coming out in the reverse, right? It's not giving. Oh, do we fit square pegs in round holes? I'm pretty sure we don't do that without a lot of pain. Hence the crying and the tears, you know, that full circle moment. So let's spin out of this instead of just spinning around, right? Right. Okay. Well, enter your loving assistive guide, love here, okay, to give you this message, all right? And it gets better, better than just you being amazing. I mean, first of all, before we get to what maybe you might in current energies, I'm not word cursing and I'm not speaking for you, feel might be more important, which is the who, what, where, when, why. Let's firstly talk about you, your okay, at the top of the important list. Not in the narcissistic sense, but in the sense of balance, okay? So when you get to the point where you realize all the ways that you're still amazing and in spite of being in this singledom situation, right? But also when you rock with you to the point where you're okay with the fact that nobody else can really kind of get around you in certain ways. You get my drift, right? Unless and until they match the vibratory frequency of love that you have for yourself towards yourself as well as themselves. Okay. Very key there. All right. And that will keep you single for a minute. Some of us. Ask me how I know. Okay, I'm just saying. All right. So there is that, right? But so what of it? Because somebody's coming your way and there is some significance. And this is the Knight of Pentacles, right? So this is somebody that, you know, could be in business, somebody that, you know, has a hustle, has a grind to them, whether this is connected to their creativity or not. But I mean, they are, you know, perhaps in a creative business or aspiring to be, and still be in corporate America kind of thing. All right, doesn't have to be the case. It's kind of giving like Cali vibes too here, but there could be some significance to the koala, to the colors red, white, hot pink, okay, to the suit, to music, of course, right? Take what resonates here. But this is somebody that, you know, maybe isn't like this other person that you're trying to get over, this non-available, very karmic laced individual, that, you know, the individual that makes you really experience the energy of struggle, whether mentally and or emotionally and as well as financially, perhaps, okay, depending on who all I'm speaking to. Regarding this other energy that you just seemed like, you know, you can't get over. You feel like you can't get over, right? Feelings can lie though, right? Just like a perception can lie. Haven't you ever seen the memes with the plastic chairs and the horses tied to them, and the horses feel like, well, that's my post. You know, I can't get past this wrought iron cemented rod into the ground, right? Kind of thing. And really, it's just a plastic chair. The wind's about to blow over in 12 minutes, kind of thing. The perception All right. So, start with perception change. I didn't say, start with healing your heart necessarily. Head and heart sometimes collide, don't they? Right? But when you chip away at balancing certain aspects of a little bit over here, a little bit over there, right? From one heart space and or mental or emotional space to the next. And I say that because you guys, we have more than the eye can see to us. All right, there is an auric field which many of us are aware of, right? But there's an emotional body, okay? And there's often it's not even understood the amount of chakras that we do have. Okay, it's beyond the normal standard. And so as you study these things and really kind of grasp at them, and it's not an overnight process necessarily, but you do get to understand. So I feel like I'm trying to encourage someone to keep going, don't give up on this spiritual stuff, I'm hearing to say, but I digress. Continuing on, all right, this is somebody who is going to pleasantly surprise you. Maybe you might say keep you on your toes, but not in the sense of like anxiety and hot and cold and oil and water vibes, like this other energy that really does seem to have your heart space kind of fucked up at the moment. It is what it is. I'm not being judgy, but when you when you've got the Ten of Cups and then the Lovers card, like the Ten of Cups came out first in reverse and then the Lovers right after it, it's pretty significantly obvious there. And then the Ten of Wands in the upright. So like, damn, okay. But really, if you can change your perception, you can alchemize the energies around your heart space and around maybe even the ideation of love and what all love is, okay? As far as the romantic types of love experiences there are. I do see you're intuitive, okay? So, you might be somebody who is also saying, I would love to get over this individual. I'm hearing the name Jeremy, whether that's your name, or the person on your mind's name, or maybe you're both named Jeremy. Wouldn't that be neat? Okay. But Queen of Cups energy is coming out for you. There could be some significance to water placements as well. But again, you're being asked to utilize your strength. All right. I know you didn't get what you wanted out of this individual. There was no, I'm just hearing to say there were. It's like there was no chance for this to like get and stay off the ground in a manner that was outside of the realm of toxicity, so how could you stay in toxicity and be still meeting your highest vibrational timeline with all the experiences inclusive of that romantic lover? All right, your guides aren't going to let it be the case that you just come here and exist as a failure, or come here and solely know disappointment and nothing else, right? Like it's not on the agenda, it's not on the menu, it's not in your spiritual contract, and it's not expected of divinity, divine forces, God, Goddess, Holy Spirit, Yeshua, Jesus, however you want to say, Buddha, Allah. All right. That is not the expectation, of your higher selves, your higher power. Okay. You are here for all that you came here for. It's just sometimes, we do, um, clearly not knowing everything all the time, always and in always, right? Nobody's claiming omniscience here in this realm, to be clear, right? In this form and fractal version of source energy, right? Um, but sometimes we do end up wanting what maybe we don't realize we're asking for, or who, or the karma attached. There's also that tricky and fickle variable of free will. And there's both sides of that free will fence. You have your own and the other person has their own, right? So therein lies the variable and the divine timing and the energy changing. And that's why it's important to just match the energy of where you're expected to experience what you're desiring now. And it inclusive of love. And it really, again, starts with you at this Nine of Pentacles. whether guy, girl, what have you. Okay. That is the cheat code. And, for some of you, the Queen of Cups is being highlighted, and as well as the Ten of Wands. You're well on your way at this. You know that you're alchemizing this. And so this is just a confirmation, okay, what in your high priestess energy, in your higher self's energy, in your North Node energy, are really understanding you are aligning with, as well as manifesting. And great job, okay? Now, for some of you, this could be, you're asked to utilize your strength to get over this person kind of thing too, because this is like the father of your children, um, and, I wish it was always the case that co-parenting is easy, but how many other hard things have you done, right? Co-parenting doesn't have to equate to compromise to such a degree where your mental health is at stake. But so of course, keep your authenticity and your wits and your boundaries about yourselves. But just because it may not be the most ideal circumstance doesn't mean that you can't get through it, and doesn't mean that you shouldn't. Love and light, Fiona. And where there is a stubborn will, there is a way, right? Where there is a disciplined will, there is a way. Where there is a positive intentioned discipline or will, right? There is a way. Okay. So, get whatever structure or structures in place that, makes sense functionally, regardless of the emotionality that functionality may trigger, right? You two can alchemize those emotions, right? Sarah with an H is another name that came through, and there could be some significance to koi fish. That's interesting. Maybe somebody has a koi fish tattoo on their ankle or something, or their leg. But this Ace of Cups, this new beginning, or this actual start, like ever getting off the ground in love with this person, depending on however that may resonate for you, is not to be. Okay, this person would never emotionally fulfill you, would never properly pour into you. And maybe it's because they can't, or they shouldn't. Either way, take this as your confirmation for whom this is going to resonate for. Now, mind you, I am going to pull from the names and the chart placements and initials deck in just a few here. But I really wanted to highlight, the new coming in, right? I almost wanted to say the good. That's why I hesitated. I'm like, no, because really, if we're going to highlight the good, I mean, I cannot stress enough. I want to know if anyone thinks that they know exactly what I'm going to go back to as far as the cards. So if there is a number on my tarot card that I'm holding, and there is, right? And you think that you know what I'm going to say as far as the most important good energy, right? I want you to pop the number in the chat. And if not, no worries. I'll just check again later to make sure you're paying attention. Who is with me here doing this work? Because I want all of y'all to be here saying, yep, I'm ready. I'm already there. We're doing it together. All right. We're talking new energy. We're talking good energy, right? And we're talking about you. So for those that weren't paying attention in the back, listen the fuck up. All right. Love and light, Sophie. The number y'all was supposed to be putting in the chat is you were paying attention. All right. Okay. Is and nobody gave me a number, so I guess I'll spoon feed it to y'all tonight since I haven't been on here in a minute. Maybe y'all got rusty at this. Okay, but pay attention, you guys. I want you to get this. I'm not here just to be like some form of puppet show, right? You guys, number 9. I'm talking about you the whole time. Whether you resonate with this message or not, this is the most important Love and light, Spoonie. This is like, hello? Hello? Okay? Come on now. It's you. You the one. You the one, you the one. All right? No, I didn't. Another reader picked up on me? That's cool. Community post? What? Hold on. Was unawares. Y'all, it was 9. Y'all trying to give me 10s. I'll give you the 10. Really? Oh, that's cool. Oh, I thought you meant like shouted me out. There's so many other people that say love and light all the time though, but that's okay. I claim somebody shouted me out. Shoot, how about that, Spoonie? But yeah. So let's talk about this new energy coming through with the come through. Now, to be clear, oh yeah, Greece is a good one. No, you know what it was? If it sounded like Greece, I apologize. That was supposed to be Rihanna. That's the specific. And guess what? I'm not even trying to be like a jerk about it, Sophie. I just wanted to be clear in case that was actually like an artist or a song of significance, because it definitely is a synchronicity coming through the channeling, because I heard it. I don't know if it's called You the One though by Rihanna, but I know for certain Rihanna sings that one. Okay, I'll have to look in the community, Sweeney. Forgive me. I'm still, I am not seeing on a consistent basis inside of the app, in the account when you guys are posting, which sucks because I feel like, oh my God, you guys probably think I just don't care. And that's not the case. I'm not seeing it, you guys. So if you ever see me like weeks down the line, like give you the indicator, like I literally just saw that, and I'm not exactly sure why the lack of the consistency for the notifications isn't there. So bear with me on that, you guys, because I don't ever want you to feel like you shared something with me and I just was like, hey, who cares? Like I'm missing it for the moment. All right. And that's what's going on. I'm working on learning some aspects around, but in the meantime, you guys just bear with me. But thank you, and let me know if there's something in there that I didn't respond. If it's unresponded to, I didn't see. All right, just to be clear, I don't want anybody in their feelings about that, because I know I'm always like, you guys share. I feel like the more that we share, I hopefully the notifications would straighten themselves out there. I'm not exactly sure about that, but all right, but you guys, okay, so this old, the energy that I don't want to say old person, because I feel like they're not necessarily older than you, and I don't think that this is somebody that you knew from like, years and years and years ago, right? But the energy where this Ace of Cups is just turned out, poured upside down, and the divine said no, and you're welcome. Okay. Doesn't so much seem to be like this new energy that the divine is basically saying, ooh, Ace of Swords. That's given a yes, an amen, an ashe, and I'll say it again. Ooh, yes. Okay. That's the one right there. Okay. This guy, whether guy, girl, what have you. All right. Love and light, Johnny Bay. Love and light. You guys, welcome in. So this person, all right, we already talked about the creativity, whether they're, industry vibes or not, whether they're just, maybe they're just suit by day and jams by night kind of person. That's cool too, whatever. However it resonates regarding this energy. And again, we did say Cali vibes. This person could have ties to California, have worked there, or live there. It doesn't have to be the only state, connected to this particular session, to be clear, but I was asked to again reiterate that. generous, analytical, and grateful. You're being asked to be, really, but this is a gift, you know? And to be clear, it's like, yeah, it's a knight, you know, but the Knight of Pentacles is like the best knight that you could ever have. No, let me stop. Also, like, I had one. I must have had one in some incarnation. But oh, I digress. Anyways, it's literally the best knight if you're talking knights, right? Out of any of the suits, because it's like dead ass. Once that knight is like on board, like, yeah, no, I've arrived and like I have shown myself and made myself heard and seen. They're loyal AF. Like, they're in it to win it. Like, what you need, I'm here. Let's do it together. Let's face this, you know, kind of thing. So, but there's something about like pentacles in the sense of money too. It's like this person, you'll know them by seeing not only their potential, but how they are going to meet that, not just the potential. You know, maybe this other individual too is creative in certain ways and you saw potential, right? I'm hearing the name Jason as well. Um, and it's like, but yeah, and because potential isn't everything, just like money isn't everything, just like love isn't everything, really. Okay. This person has more potential, in a sense, there's that word again, because they are balanced, they're analytical, they're generous, they are selflessly concerned with the welfare of others. Like, they have the ability to be emotionally available, but also like smart with their emotions. You know, there's not like hot and cold energy so much with this. It's kind of giving life force energy, love light energy, starseed energy. Ooh, somebody doesn't want me to tell you about this person who's diligent and compassionate, responsible. They're able to bring new, fresh ideas and energy to your court, your table, whether you're a guy, girl, what have you. And they're reliable. I mean, need I say more, right? Really, when you track it back, the reason why you and this other person, you know, aren't really a thing or never were is because this person was not reliable towards you and or the connection. Not that they necessarily should have been. I hate to say it that way because I do understand that there's a high level of disappointment, heartbreak energy connected to this. Like I said, I mean, we started out mentioning that you're crying a lot and have cried, right? But again, we also said please and thank you. Use your strength about this, okay? Because you know you don't just do you deserve to stay in this energy? Like, and then what? Would you ever get out of it if you never made the decision now to start? Because it's not necessarily a snap of a finger thing. But at the same time, you're being asked to alchemize some shit. Well, isn't that energy work? Oh, okay. Well, you'd have to fix that. You'd have to, whether baby step or giant leap it out, work on some of this energy about yourself, which tracks back to your perception of your perceived reality experience. Does that make sense? You can rewind it if you need to. It's literally the truth, okay? And it's so funny because of all things to be on this freaking reliable card, it's really a teddy bear. You know that old adage, let go of the torn, tattered, stank, funk, nasty one, right? And grab on to the new shiny, you know, apparently pink one. All right. And there could be some significance to pink. It's really, I'm looking at pinks and reds here. All right. Could be just some significance to the dress, the aesthetic, okay, the vibe, just saying. All right. There's teddy bears on this one as well, describing the same freaking energy. All right, which is really talking about soulmate. And guess what? This person can be a daddy too. If you feel like you left a daddy behind, this daddy said, I see ya with your daddy and I raise you. I mean, look, we're Knight of Emperor, Knight of Pentacles. That's a new one. Knight of Emperor. Yeah, let's make a deck. All right, but anyways. This person is like grown before we could even get to the end of the session. Pretty badass. It's hot. All right. Ooh. Daddy, right? Whether guy, girl, what have you. And an ace of wands underneath that. All right. So what are you going to do now? Do you want to stay in this shit? You like this perception, this perspective? You like to be all with your panties or your boxers bunched up? Or you want to chill the fuck out and work on fixing your perception and your energy and letting this person go so you can get to the good life, right? Okay, just saying, it's pretty simple. Now I do have some guidance here for those that resonate with that. Recharge. All right, you've gotten yourself so frazzled and worn down a bit. It's kind of giving sandpaper on opal. Ooh. All right. In a frenzied world, pause to refill your divine vessel. Don't exhaust yourself in endless busyness. Okay. I need you to know I got a couple cards, maybe 2 tree. Okay. Maybe somebody talks like that. 2 tree. Cards about busyness. But we'll get to them. Uphold your nature. Protect your temple of the body with unwavering resolve. Don't let the false allure of drugs dim your divine light. Okay, so ain't no way. Damn, 5 of Swords. How'd you get? You're supposed to be in the 3 of Cups energy. Oh my God! And here we are with the 3 of Swords. I told you this person is coming. I told you better days are coming. And they get even better than whenever y'all started. Do you really, for real, still want to sit here in this energy? Please make a different choice. Oh, wait. Actually, just go ahead and make the different choice now. Thank you. Okay, because what the hell, right? What are you talking about? You're supposed to be in this abundance mindset. And sometimes abundance means lay the fuck down, shut the fuck up, breathe, be grateful. Oh, because you thought you had to know everything all the way, every time. And no, the omniscience was not part of the contract. If it was part of the contract, why would we be talking about the veil? Why would we be talking about ascension? Okay, right? Abundance mindset. There's enough magic for all. Don't believe in scarcity mentality. Is this abundant mindset? Did we so every time you think a thought, it's about what you don't have and how they didn't and how you never will and how the last time was the last time. And hold on, so abundance. Look up the word. I'm gonna show it to you. If it's backwards, read it backwards and look it up if you don't know abundance. Because abundance ain't that. How's it gonna be that? Talking about what I used to have. And again, you're supposed to be in celebratory energy. Just because it's you there don't mean the party ain't there. Don't mean the celebratory energy ain't there, correct? Or were you choosing this? Because, the choice is yours. I mean, you make choices all the time, even when you don't make a choice. When you make a choice to avoid, right? By not making a choice. Making a choice, right? And so you got to remember that when you look back on the other energy too. Did they make a choice to not choose you? Okay, thank you. Next. Okay. And I know it's not an overnight process to get over someone. The heart wants what it wants. Trust me, I know. I know that I know. And I'm still telling you the message stands. Okay, because when you baby step through this, when you try again, when you alchemize, maybe slowly and surely, you might say, you do get over these people. All right? You do heal to the point where you do not allow yourself to settle for crumbs. You do get to the point of the path where somebody says, Yeah, I'm not really looking for much of nothing. I just, can't we just be? Can't we just see what happens? Why we gotta put a label on? And you're looking for your kingdom spouse, your wife, your husband, your partner, your counterpart. You're looking for your equal. Don't lie down with that person. Talking about, well, one day they'll be what I'm looking for. Does that make sense? Is that safe? Is that loving towards you? When you get to that fullness of that Nine of Pentacles, and dare I say also the Ace of, or excuse me, I'm trying to say the Nine of Cups, but the Ace of Cups makes the most sense. It's like Spirit saying, listen, once you kind of lock onto this and you energetically get on board with protecting you and loving you in those ways, you're going to, again, with the Ten of Wands coming out in the spread already, walk into this energy, walk into this loving experience where the love is real. And the Knight of Pentacles is when you meet this person, right? Energetically, they're not even where they're going yet. And even that version of themselves is so greater compared to most of what you've known in the experience of love. What a gift. Okay, this is what you want to experience. You do not want to make the choice to stay in Five of Pentacles land talking about, I'm not abundant, I have nothing. The last time was the last time. No one loves me. All men do this. All women never do that. The long and short of it is, collective, as you see you as who you are, as who the divine, okay, energies see you and support you as, then you're going to really kind of form into that inner peace, all right, that surpasses all understanding. It's like, oh, but you got rejected. I know, yeah. Oh, but he doesn't love you. I know, yeah. I love me. I'm grateful to say that. You start really matching the vibe, and next thing you know, you're fucking Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. You get everything, apparently, Spirit's saying. All right? Trust the universe on this. All right? Love and light, Laura. Love and light, Katoria. Love and light, God's Empress. The universe is conspiring in your favor. All right? This is not a setup. Like, I literally just said this is how you're seen, like in spirit and in truth, right? For those that resonate, and for all of us here, okay, to be clear. But your trust in this, which can take strength. Ask me how I know, all right? But it's necessary to make sure that everything, kind of gets to you in a time of divine timing ratio that is just, right? You don't want any more delays. And the thing is, collective, you're powerful enough to make choices that can delay what we term divine timing. All right. I don't want you walking around saying, where is my anything, when you're to be in this abundant perception. Okay. The requirement is not an abundant bank account. Okay. So let's take the pressure off. The requirement here for this alchemy that you're being asked to utilize your strength to perform out because you can and because you're already supported in doing it beyond this tarot method, I promise, right? You are supported. You have the choice in how you're going to receive and how much support you're going to receive, perhaps even. Okay, and I'm not talking about, physical vessels, everybody in their meat suits, their musculoskeletal systems gathering around you singing Kumbaya. But you are heavily connected to divine forces. All right. So isn't that grand, right? There's some aspect of perception of like, hey, let's focus on what we do have good about the situation and about self and about love and about romance, and about, you know, whatever you're looking for those that aren't resonating with this message and are here for, you know, alchemy of other aspects of life, right? Or the experience here. Plug in the coordinates however you need. I could be speaking to somebody in dark goddess energy, or somebody who has been communing with, you know, some of the quote unquote dark goddesses. I feel like really anything, especially energetically speaking, just really can have a dark and light aspect to it. I mean, Kali Ma comes to mind, right? It's like, which one did you want to call her? Because, you know, in one aspect, you know, she can assist you with pulling you out of the miry clay kind of vibes, okay, with transformation and rebirth, or the other side, all right, that darker energy can really be quite destructive. But then again, even with that, I do believe it just is what it is. Karma, you know, what is the greater good? What is the actual truthful justice? Because, you know, people lie, energy doesn't. You know, one person can say, oh, they were so mean to me and they did these things and they were just a bully, you know, and the whole time it's lies, right? So karma and its justice serves a little bit differently than the way word of mouth might be traveling, kind of thing, right? And, you know, again, it just is what it is. You're being asked to use your strength and move with joy. When you keep your energy vibing high, you don't go through as many storms. And, you know, it's not that the message is coming through with your guide saying, oh, but your feelings aren't valid. Feel through them, but coach yourself through them too. What if you didn't have to be so sad quite as long because you realized, okay, it's not so loving to take that low of a dip down and then ferret around there and fester there, when we now know that there are some other ways that we can, you know, maybe use our creative outlet, maybe use media for, you know, pleasant distractions to assist us with, you know, just distracting ourselves long enough not to be completely taken over by that energy or by that emotion, right? It's all about balance, collective. It is not about not feeling your emotions. It is not about avoidance. To be clear, it's about alchemy. Nourish your souls coming out here as well. All right, it feels like a self-care Sunday message here, but it says engage in activities that fill your soul with pure happiness. You know, this would definitely get you out of the low, but you'd have to be honest. Are you in a low? You'd have to be present and aware to check, right? You know, and I'm not trying to be funny. There have been times where, you know, I have been you know, in my own experiences where it's like you just get so used to being stressed, you can get so used to being depressed even, right? And maybe you don't even realize that, like, if you really thought about it for 2 seconds and checked inside, you're actually, you know, sobbing internally, kind of thing. You need to check in because you can't walk around like a freaking powder keg ready to explode, and on top of it unknowingly. That just seems unsafe, right? Okay, so that's for someone. You got to check in. Don't prioritize productivity over the things that truly fulfill you either. So we've got this energy of busyness coming through for some of the members of the collective here. I'm not trying to word curse, but the cards are pretty specific here. And we also talked about DRUGS being implemented. I'm also looking at this wine bottle here, so that could be of some significance, whether that's wine or champagne. You know, be mindful to have healthful, pleasant distractions, right? Not ones that necessarily, you know, have to make you sick or lack functionality. Does that make sense? And again, be mindful. Is it loving of myself to distort my energy in certain ways? And you'd have to ask. I'm not here saying, you know, definitely 1,010% do not do whatever, but I'm inviting someone into that internal monologue conversation or meditation and or prayer session, okay, regarding that, if you feel so obliged, and I'll let it at that. Stretch your body and dance with your soul. Don't let busyness steal your yoga time with this relaxation coming through. So again, the channeling was already pretty significant regarding, laying it down, shutting it up, maybe shutting off the devices even, right? You've got to recharge and reset. You can't walk around ungrounded, unbalanced, and be inside of, anything healthy. And that's just energetically. It's just matter of factly. You could be speaking simply and solely about the mental space or the heart space, and it's just unbalanced. Anything outside of imbalance really is leading to toxic though. There's really no way around it. H2O comes to mind. Water definitely can assist with sustaining life. All right. Definitely has, benefits. But if I sat here and for, the 46 minutes I've been on the live stream, I just gulped and gulped and gulped and drank gallons of water, it could kill me. Same water that, anyone else would drink. Water that could be tested and be 1,010% healthy, no amoebas or nothing, right? And it could kill me. Why? Because I imbibed it, ingested it outside of the realm of balance. And therefore, it would then be a toxic situation. Okay. So you can plug pretty much anything in there. And when you're talking about it being outside of balance, it just is what it is. It's going to be ultimately a toxic situation, experience, environment. Take how it resonates there. But blend ambition with rest, passion, and presence. Don't sacrifice one aspect of life for another. So, I get it that, there's a lot of disappointment, heartbreak energy, concern, sorrowfulness, grief connected to whom all ever this is. And we're going to, in just a few seconds here, try to get some more specificities regarding chart placements, initials, whether first, middle, or last name on the part of you and or these individuals, as well as some names from the name deck. I'm going to go ahead and ring the bell since I do believe we have enough battery for the freebies. So please play along nicely, you guys, to the live stream rules. Fiona, or excuse me, not, so sorry. Spoonie was kind enough to place the live stream rules into the chat box. So you guys scroll up if you don't know what they are yet, okay? Before you ask, and thank you to my moderators, Spoonie and Fiona. If you guys do have any questions, you can maybe address them their way. Otherwise, I am looking for the freebies, or excuse me, the questions to be placed into the chat box for the free yes no's, you guys. And in the meantime, let me check out these decks. All right, the bell has rung. All right, we're just going to do a one and done tonight, you guys, because I'm a little low on the battery life, so I had to just eke out the message how I could. All right, I didn't want it to get cut off, so thank you for bearing with me and waiting until the end. I think Kyle might be the name of somebody coming your way for somebody here. Ooh. He got good energy, too. I'm trying to think, do I know any Kyles? I don't think I know anybody named Kyle. Somebody good better be coming my way, though. Shoot. I think I got a lot of somebody good coming my way. I gotta get more. I gotta get specific. That's okay, though. Alright, let me see here. Check out this other deck real quick, you guys. How are you guys feeling tonight? You guys are quiet in the box tonight. What did I come on to too late? What's going on here? Maybe everybody's out and about tonight. It is Saturday night. Oh, love it like Khaleesi. You know what it was? I didn't have the chat box all the way up. Or I mean all the way down. Okay. I see your question, Shara. One moment here. Ooh, why did you do that? Aries. That tracks. Hold on. Okay. We've got Capricorn at the bottom of the deck, right? Whether this is your energy, their energy, the future person's energy. I'm hearing to say for one or two of you, you might actually know both people. Confirmation, just saying. So we've got Leo, Libra, and Aries, aside from Capricorn. Not too many tonight, you guys, regarding the chart placements. And again, this could be first, middle, or last name initial on the part of you and or this person or these people, ultimately at this point, because, you know, the future. All right, so however that works out. We've got L, we've got P, and we've got A. Ooh, maybe there's some significance to a lap dance. I don't know how that could be. Maybe somebody. And you know what I forgot to mention was that one individual that, you know, you're having a hard time getting over. I don't know if you know this or not, but you know, you could, or if you do, I don't know if you know how deep some of the aspects of their addictive personality run. Okay, I did forget to mention. I mean, I feel like you know. But at the same time, it's like, that's also, like, your protection why that Ace of Cups was basically poured out. Like, Divine was like, no. Absolutely not. Like, it's not gonna stand. You know, teddy bear not good enough. Okay. We've got B and D. So this could be somebody's baby daddy. I don't know why I just went BD, baby daddy, but... And I get it, right? But co-parenting can still be a thing just because it's not necessarily the easiest of things to do, okay? All right. We've got M, we've got Q, we've got K, and we've got C. Let me see, think of Casey and the Sunshine Band. That's a good band for Saturday night vibes. Could be some significance of Saturday Night Live as well, because I keep wanting to say that, but I'm not sure. So we had Kyle come through. All right. Good energy, by the way. I say that only because I feel led to. I don't really know how to explain that, because I guess, like, if Kyle was actually, like, who I would term lovingly, of course, the mofo in this scenario, I feel like either way it's confirmation, but there is a Kyle connected to this that I just can't get around, that may also be connected to that hot pink color, because I'm seeing that as well. You love SNL. Who also could be a Leo, or a Leo could just be a name of some significance. All right, got Sunny coming through as well. Octavia, there could be some significance to Buddha. Somebody's name could be Buddha. Morgan, I'm hearing Pruitt. Pruitt. Okay. We've got Sasha. Somebody's name, or like, how do I want to say this? Somebody's nickname could be B. Like, I know we had the initial come out, but it came out again. That's somebody's something different. Tiffany could be of some significance. Art in the sense of the name, or just in the sense of, you know, artwork could be of some significance. Werner could be somebody's last name. Sadie. Brad. Martina. Rosie. Felicia. Sophia. Johan. Carson. Elaine or Elena. Louise. Leslie. Amari. Zoe. Barnes could be somebody's last name. Mark. Sia. Johnson. James. Simone. Cole. Lou, Rocky, Gigi, Gabriel, Cherry. I'm sorry, Sherry. Well, both. Lucas, Ray, Abel, Thomas, Jimmy, Niles, Buck, Casey, Chuck, Lola, Andre, Carol, Willie. Did we say Carter before? Carter? Did we say Carter? That might be a double. Phoenix could be a place or a name of some significance, as well as Ricardo, Carol, Travis, Kenneth, Dawn, Stephen, Scott, Delia, Kiki, and the name and or month of April. All right, so that's what I have for you guys. If this is where you leave me, much love and light, babe. And thanks for hopping on. I hope you got something out of the session. All right, now let's see for the freebies here. Okay, we got who's up first is Shara. All right, we have to kind of. Ooh. Okay, let me see here, babe. Oh, I see you are very concerned about that. Very, very concerned. But what you don't see is yes. Okay. So, you know, kind of take a note from tonight's session, Shara, in the way that it can make sense for you. All right. What about your perception? If you just understood the whole time, right, that all is well, okay, how would you go to sleep at night? How would you breathe? How would you feel? Okay. Because that's the reality of the situation. All right. Now, if you kind of, you know, stress and fight against that, you might change that energetically. So you're being asked to balance your energy here with this temperance angel energy. All right. And of course you're being asked, right? But it's simultaneously you're being assisted to. Unless your perception is off about that, you know, you're going to experience that support. Hope that makes sense. Okay. But that's a yes. All right. Congratulations. All right. Let's see here about Khaleesi. So could you please follow along the live stream rules? I see you got some of them, but not all of them down there. All right. And I'm not picking on you, Khaleesi. I just can't set a precedence where, you know, we can't follow the rules on here. Long story short, babe. So I hope you do scroll up and reread those rules, okay? And let's see what answer we can get for you with your next question, all right? And generally, you guys, you get one free question, to be clear, on the live stream. Now, if I go, and it's happened, my A1 day ones know. I've gone, I think, up to 3 times. I've gone live in one day, right? And every freaking time I go on, you know, unless I say otherwise, everyone is eligible for one free yes no tarot question, right? But generally you get one per live stream. Okay, I'm asking Khaleesi to give another question on the other side of rereading the rules, please and thank you. That's all. Okay. All right, let's see here, Spoonie. We got a yes. Okay. Let me see here. Let's see here. Yeah. I think with the Knight of Pentacles being at the bottom of the deck, or well, you know, on the other side of the split here, and them both being a yes, it may just be a difference in, you know, when you are signed on or hired on. All right. So, you know, if he hires somebody else, you know, then you're just next kind of thing. But it's a yes is what I got. Okay. Oh, Rocky's over here, no less. Oh, Neil. Neil. You're very welcome, Shara. Um, okay, now let me see here. Okay, you're very welcome, Spoonie. Yeah, I think you're gonna get communication, or on the other side of some more communication, you know, clarity about next steps or intentions to, you know, get you signed on. All right, or however it makes sense to say there. I don't know if get you signed on makes sense, but on board or in the full swing of things. All right. Okay, cool, you guys. It's been fun for me, at least. I mean, I can only speak for myself. I wish we could go a little bit longer. I know I've only been on here for an hour, but I really honestly am running out of the battery juice, so can't really be a thing with my current setup. You guys bear with. Um, so oh, he's your +1. Ooh. Okay, so all right. Yes, make it what you desire. Okay, you guys, if you know that you've got upcoming engagements, you know, upcoming meetings, whether they're official meetings or not, if you know that you've got an upcoming event or engagement of sorts where, you know, you're going to be out of your comfort zone, out of your house, right, etc., be mindful to live intentionally. Like, what do you want to experience out of that? And it's not in the sense of like trying to set yourself up for more disappointment and failure, but in the sense of living intentionally and purposefully. Do you want to just go to the movie theater, or do you want to go to the movie theater and energetically have the best experience, right? Do you want to just go to you know, the boardroom meeting at work, you know, and barely get through it? Or do you want to be part of, you know, the change that you want to see there? And how would that look and sound when, while you're being that change, you know, the others are perceiving you? Manifest it. Otherwise, you're just taking everything by chance, and maybe even on top of it, purposefully or accidentally creating delays. And I don't want that for you guys. You didn't come here for that. All right, love and light to Adriana, Serban, as well as Romania. Okay, so you just picture yourself in that suit fitting well, right? This is going to be a wonderful experience. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up to create and co-create a not so wonderful experience. And I don't want that for you, Spoonie, or anyone. So I wish you all the best, you guys. Please continue manifesting. All right, you guys can get this. You guys have been, a lot of you, many of you, all right, been already walking this out. Ain't no way you should stop now, okay? Right before things really start getting great, okay? I want you guys to live out that path, not just get through all that you've already gotten through just to come this far, and then what? Right? You like a wrestler. Oh my gosh. Well, you got a plan, Spoonie. I'll give you that. All right. So execute it. But also, you guys, don't forget to have fun. Don't forget to enjoy the path for what it is, right? Can't wait till you get to that party, Spoonie, to enjoy it. Does that make sense? Enjoy it now. You've got something to look forward to. You've got your suit. You've got your +1, right? And that's how you start experiencing what you're ultimately going to experience, okay, when you are physically in it. Okay, and you make it what you want it to be. Okay, and hopefully you guys, you know, I know I'm addressing Spoonie, but you guys got this too. Plug in the coordinates with whatever you're working for or working against, right? Okay, the choice is yours, and you are strong enough to continue to make choices. I promise you. Okay, you got this. All right, until next time. All right, I love you guys. Thanks for checking out another video. You guys, check out some of the older videos, would you? Check out the community for those that haven't checked, and I will again check out I will try, you know, even if I have to go through another account or something to check out what you were referencing in there, Spoonie, over in the community. Thanks for the heads up on that, because I'm missing it apparently. Um, but all right, much love and light, you guys. Love and light.